specialist. So anyways, the first question I said was men, not me. But how much should a woman pay for bills? And I just was asking just a question in general, right? And yeah, I sometimes I just, I make mistakes, man. I'm human, all right? How much should a woman pay for bills? And I was curious, and this one got 18 votes, right? And 61% majority of the people said 50%. I don't know if the men chimed in and it was like, hey, man, the woman should pay 50%. But we got some people that chimed in at 30 and some chimed in at 20. And I believe most of the women probably chimed in at 0%. Well, women, how much should a man pay for bills? And I see a little bit of a shift here. For the women, it was a lot more in the 50% range. And for the men, I said, women, how much should a man pay, right? A lot of them almost said 100%. And then most of them said 50%. And chimed in on that one too, if they just didn't read it. But we got people saying basically 50-50. Let's have a 50-50 relationship. Interesting. Interesting. Which now takes me to my topic of today, which is right here. Okay. Where is it at? Right here. Trust, right? Because the reason why I want to go here is for this particular reason. What's more important? Is it the trust part of it or is it the financial part of it? If you women had to pick, and I would love for the women to pick, trust, 100% trust or 100% provision, right? I mean, I'm giving y'all red pill, blue pill type. What? And the reason why I want to ask this question is because I believe, maybe I shouldn't say I believe, but trust in a relationship is one of the most important things. Do y'all disagree with that at all? What? Having trust in a relationship can make and break a couple. In a marriage, boyfriend, girlfriend, being a friend, just friendship, just having friends in general. Trust, right? But let's bring this to the relationship end. Trusting someone 100% is probably, doesn't have a price to it. It's priceless, right? But also, what if you didn't care so much for the trust, but he took care of you 100%? Which one do you want to go with? And I would be very curious. I don't even want to answer this for women because I don't know if they really want all of the provision, right? Like take care of me 100%. I don't have to take care of nothing, but I can't trust you. Every time you go outside, I can't trust that you're not going to entertain or cheat on me, right? Or you got the woman that's like, hey, I would rather trust him 100% and even if he struggles, that's okay. I'm curious. I am curious because I believe that trust can sometimes be most important, right? Because if you can't trust your spouse, your significant other, then what is the relationship built on? See, that the difference is when you have trust in relationship, that same person, say your husband, you can trust him that he's going to go out, he's not going to embarrass you, he's not going to cheat on you, he's going to respect you, and you can trust him 100%. And when a woman trusts their man 100%, they do the most amazing things for their man, right? But when the trust is broken, you see a lot of hurt come from a woman, a lot of emotion come from a woman, and a lot of vindictiveness that comes from a woman, right? Right? Probably shouldn't have clapped on that. When they don't trust you, there's a lot that a woman will show you, even if you're taking care of her 100%. So what's more important? The provision part of it, 100%, or trust at 100%? Now, as a man myself, I'll tell you what I believe. Dum. Here, I actually got to bring it in, right? What do I believe? Whew, this is a tough one. If I had to pick the pill between 100% trust and 100% provision, I would probably say, or just financial support. I like the trust better, man. I really do. I like the trust better because trust comes with peace, right? If I trust if she trusts me 100%, I got peace at home most likely. I could. If she doesn't trust me 100%, she's always calling me. She's asking me where I'm at. I can never move. And so as a man, you can't really be peaceful in that type of situation. You got to go and try to create peace, right? But even though I'm providing for 100%, this is just a scenario. If I'm providing for her 100%, but she doesn't trust me, that's not a great situation to be in, because then the relationship is eventually going to crack. Even though I'm taking care of her at 100%, but she doesn't trust me. So she's never going to give me her all, right? So I think that there are some people in relationships, and including men, and I gotta bring it to the men, right? We want to be the best version of ourselves. We want to take care of that woman at 100%. But the real question is, does that woman trust you 100%? I'm not trying to be a relationship guru, but does she trust you 100%? Because with 100% trust, you got peace. And if you take care of her 100% and you got no trust, then you are miserable, right? Randy Rand says, trust, you can always make more money. Yeah. What? I agree. Up and bring you down right here. Yes, you can always make more money, but you can't buy trust either. You know, once you lose trust, a lot of times in some people, that's it. That's it. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Me, if I lose trust in my woman, it's probably over. It's probably done, because like some people can repair it, right? And I always think about trust as like a broken arm on a toy. You know how when you first get a toy, like it's all put together well, and then that arm breaks or that little piece breaks, and you try to glue it back together. You always know that it's never going to really operate the same, and you're always thinking like at one point this is going to break off again. So you never fully trust the little parts you glued on your toy. And so that's the same thing with trust. You really can't buy it, you know? And so sometimes I believe that trust sometimes can be more important than providing. No, not providing, but than money. I should say money. I think providing for a man is essential, right? But I think money, right? Because you can still have a lot of money, and you can provide, but if you don't have trust, I mean, you kind of messed up, you know? And so that's my question, right? You know, I think a lot of times on the YouTube streets, we missing about how important trust is. And trust is 100% important. So what sense will it make for you to be able to provide all this stuff to her, give her everything she wants, but she doesn't trust you? She doesn't trust you. You can't even move as a man, right? Because you broke her trust, or she could have trust problems, right? It could be her fault as well. But I just think that, you know, we need to start having more conversations about trust, right? Because you can take care of her, you know, because she's a human being. She's not going to be a mute, right? She's not going to sit in the corner because you give her 100% everything, you know what I'm saying, as far as providing, and expect her to be a mute, and you go out and treat her like garbage and cheat on her. But if she trusts you, that woman will give you so much. That's all I'm saying. What? Trust, and also trust comes into play when you guys are having arguments and disagreements and y'all fall out. It will always come back to trust. Because even though y'all went through a big bad fight or whatever may happen, if the trust is there, y'all can get over whatever it is. If the trust isn't there, it just makes that situation that much worse. All right. So I'm just saying, I'm just saying, let's talk a little bit more about the trust part in a relationship. Not so much about, hey man, I can take care of her 100%. I'll take care of all the bills. I'll take care of all that. That's cool. And that's great. Whether you take care of 50%, 60%, or 100%, whatever you do as a man, whatever y'all agree to, great. But do you have the trust in her though? That's the biggest thing. And I think a lot of reasons why we as men have like these miserable relationships is because we don't have that trust in a woman, right? Or we might lose that trust in a woman, or she may never have trust in us to begin with, right? Let's read the chat. Says Roro says, truth is risky. Most men cannot be trusted. And I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that. I don't think that, well, I guess you say most, so you don't say all men, but I think a lot of men can be trusted, right? But you also have to know what type of man it is. I mean, if it's a man that's wanting to be his ego stroked and all that, then yeah, you got a different situation. But you know, it's a little bit harder for women though to trust women today. Let's talk about today's women. All right, we're not talking about like, you know, women when my mama was growing up. They could be trusted a little bit better, right? Today's women, I don't know if they can be trusted. And nowadays, women either. Yeah, today, these women are just as sneaky and just as horrible as the men. In fact, I think that, I'm going to go ahead and say it. I think that when women do it, it hurts so much worse. Like when a woman goes out there and she cheats, or you can't build trust in a woman, that's the worst. Because you know, we men, we know how we are, right? We bad, you know? And if she getting finessed by all the men or getting entertained by all the men, like it's such a terrible feeling. It's such a terrible feeling. Most women can't be trusted. Yeah, most women can't be trusted. And she said most men can't be trusted, right? So which one is it? Which one is it? Can we both not be trusted? Right? And you know, it's women who love attention can't be trusted. All right? I'm gonna tell y'all that right now. Women that love attention cannot be trusted in today's day and age. You know why I'm gonna tell you that? Because social media, if that is their God, if that's what they want to show everyone, then that's what their demise is going to be as well. And this is why you can't trust them if you're in a relationship. If they love social media, if they always want to post, you have to be very careful because they're just looking for that next piece of attention on social media. Okay? That's what I'm thinking. The thirsty women that love social media, be very careful about that. All right? But again, I'm just saying that I just think that trust is probably one of the most important things in a relationship. Before we start talking finances, before we start talking lifestyle that we always talk, right? Let's talk about trust.